Welcome back to the unit on expressions and equations. Today's lesson is about writing algebraic expressions to represent real-world situations. The goal of today's lesson is that you can clearly and precisely set up an expression to represent a situation, write out your calculations and annotate them. These are skills that you will need to have for algebra when you get to algebra next year and throughout high school. So here's an age problem from the textbook. We're told that Raoul is Y years old. So here the variable is already defined for us. Y equals Raoul's age, or Y represents Raoul's age. Let's write that. Y is Raoul's age. Kayla is 6 years older than Raoul and Isaac is 4 years younger than him. So write an expression in terms of Y to represent Kayla's age. So Kayla, we can represent her by being 6 years older than Raoul. So she will be Y plus 6. And Isaac is 4 years younger. So the expression to represent his age would be Y minus 4 because he's 4 years younger. So how old is everybody when Y equals 12? So I'm going to set it up. Raoul. He's Y, so he's 12. Kayla, Y plus 6, and so she's 12 plus 6, so she's 18. And Isaac is Y minus 4, so 12 minus 4 means he's 8. So Raoul is 12 years old, Kayla is 18 years old, and Isaac is 8 years old. So you can see here that I wrote my variable to make it really clear, and as I went along answering the questions, I labelled them with the names. And at the end, when I was calculating how old everybody is when Y equals 12, I made 3 columns and I put names on top of them. That's what I mean by annotating my work. And at the end, I wrote the answer with units, which was years. Let's look at another example. Here, the variable is not defined. Jennifer's grandmother gave her some money for her birthday. Her brother was going on a school trip and their grandmother gave him twice as much money as she gave to Jennifer. So let's write expressions first to represent how much each child got from their grandmother. So let's say let X represent Jennifer's gift or Jennifer's amount. And then her brother got twice as much, so 2x represents the brother's amount. And if their grandmother gave them $60 altogether, how much did she give each of them? So I'm going to draw a tape diagram to represent this. So I have X, and this is Jennifer's amount, and then her brother got 2x, there's one x, and there's another x. And altogether that came to $60. So this is $60. And if I divided the 60 into 3 equal pieces, 3 equal parts of 60 is 20. Jennifer got 1x, so this is Jennifer's amount here. And then her brother got 2x, so he got $40. So then to write my answer, I would write Jennifer, write my units, $20, and the brother, the units is the dollars, got $40 because he got 2x 2 times 20. So here you can see that I defined the variable let x equal. I wrote little notes as I went along. 2x represents the brother's amount. And then when I drew my tape diagram, I labeled it, I annotated it as I went along. Jennifer's name, her brother, the amount here. And when I was done with my calculations, I made sure to write my units, which was dollars, in my answer. So to summarize, define the variable first if it's not already defined. Let x equal whatever your first unknown quantity is. Show all of the steps of your calculations. Don't do some of it in your head, and annotate your work so you can check it. If your answer doesn't make sense and you want to go back and check your work, if it's all just numbers on the page, it's not so easy to check. But if you've got names like Jennifer's name and her brother's name and so on beside your work, you can see maybe where your error is more clearly. So today you saw how to clearly and precisely set up an expression by defining your variable, and then you saw how to write out and annotate your calculations. And that's the end of today's lesson.